Well guys, we're going to look at the 690 Enduro, the 690R. This is actually the bike I probably would want for myself as a second bike. Something that I can do some serious dirting. And you know, I don't mind them a little rough, but we're going to see if I can handle what this thing would be like on a highway. This is one of the top bikes that you can get if you want to do everything, guys. Way more dirt oriented than most of them here. And it's a pretty tall bike, but let's see how she goes, alright? Wow, that's tall for me. Now we're off and running. Oh, that's awesome, guys. Well, so it doesn't have the power of the Super Duke. This is a wrong thing to do right after riding a Super Duke, guys. That's awesome. That is awesome. Pretty cool, eh, guys? There we go. This is pretty cool, guys. It's got lots of power. For a dirt bike, it's got a ton of power. Trust me. It wants to pull the front wheel up at the slightest little notion. It has no problem torquing around at all. A little bit sketchy on the highway. I would take it on a long trip. I think it's great. It's a little bit tall for me, but maybe I can get a seat or something like that I can just lower it down enough. All I need is maybe an inch and a half. Right now, as it is, I got to take half my butt and put it off the seat, so that's not the coolest thing ever. But I like it. I like it a lot. Like, man, for doing trails and stuff, this thing is as light as a CR250L. And about a KLX 250 or a WR 250. And it's got all the power you can use on the highway, so I think a guy puts a pair of hide nails on this thing to straighten out the highway shake, and you're set. Beautiful if you don't like windshields and you don't like an overly heavy setup and you just want to go off-road for a while, and yet you want to get to that nice off-road trail. This is the bike right here, without going into 500 pounds plus. This is the bike. This is all you need for dirt, boys and girls. And for our test rides so far, we have had a bunch of slow drivers. Woo! Like guys doing like 10 kilometers an hour under the speed limit. It's been crazy. Oh well, what can you do, eh? The DN09, one of the ugliest bikes ever made, that guy was riding. I know the guy, nice guy. Says the bike is actually one of the neatest things he's ever ridden, one of the most practical bikes ever. But man, I don't know if I'd be caught dead on it. gonna say it again, guys. When you're on this bike, it's really comfortable actually for bombing around town. When you get out to the highway, it's a little bit shaky. Part of that is due to the tires that they have on this demo ride, which I don't even think are stock tires. They are Maxxis, which KTM uses a lot on their like EXCs and that kind of stuff. But yeah, they're not the smoothest tires on the highway. They're gonna rattle your teeth out a little bit. The other thing is they tend to wobble a little bit because there's so much knobby on this tire that it tends to shake you around a little bit. So yeah, so when you get on the highway with knobbies, one of the tricks, guys, if you're getting head shake with your knobbies, is sit on the back, sit over the back tire so that your front doesn't have so much weight on it. That way you won't do a tank slapper. Right? Get your weight back as soon as you can. Same technique as riding on dirt or sand, more specifically. Here we go for another highway romp. Put the visor down, and we're gonna be off to the races. See if we can keep up to the Super Duke here. All right.